bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With news of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. A source in Jerusalem's ultra-Orthodox Mea Shearim area says community leaders have threatened to urge followers to riot all over the country if police attempt to enforce the coronavirus closure restrictions in the neighborhood. The threat comes in the wake of increased enforcement against educational institutions violating the stringent closure, which have effectively closed all schools throughout the country. Referring to the fact the Haredi community usually organize protests with law enforcement consent, the source said, if until now the police surprised us, from now on we will surprise and harass them. The Mea Shearim communities feel that the police decided to increase enforcement for PR purposes in order to create a semblance of enforcement following harsh public criticism over continued violations in the ultra-Orthodox community. Israel may eliminate the age limit set for being vaccinated against coronavirus or expand it to include teens aged 16 to 18 in order to allow them to take their matriculation exams in schools. The announcement came shortly after two of Israel's HMOs said they will be expanding their coronavirus vaccination campaign to allow people over the age of 35 to be inoculated. The Health Fund said that the decision was made in order not to waste the ability to inoculate over 100,000 people a day. The anti-settlement Israeli watchdog group Peace Now said the government has approved nearly 2,600 new housing units in East Jerusalem and West Bank settlements just a day before President Joe Biden took office. Authorities made a major last-minute push this week to advance settlement construction in the West Bank. The watchdog group said the majority of the new government submissions, published on President Donald Trump's last full day in office, are deep inside the West Bank. And Democratic Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib is calling the Jewish state racist for allegedly failing to provide coronavirus vaccines to the Palestinians. However, under the terms of the Oslo Accords, the Palestinian Authority is responsible for the health care of its own population and has said repeatedly it is obtaining its own vaccines. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.